Bengals cement that they are the big dogs of the AFC North with a big victory over the Ravens. This is the Wincinnati podcast.
Yes. Hello, world. We got a special show as always. TJ Houshmandzada, Jimmy Chase, Coach Jimmy Burrow.
Time to be a Bengals
How do you
fan.
balance being a professional athlete and family obligation?
He's the top 5 Bengals of all time.
All time, man.
Yeah.
Shock the world.
R.I.P. to the motherfucking purple people. The Bengals come out with a major victory, 24-17. Fellas, how are we feeling, bro? Zim, how are you feeling? Because you like purple people enemy number one. How are you feeling right now, broski?
Bro, I'm so many different emotions. I'm angry, somewhat disappointment. I'm always like, and then I'm also like, sure, got my win. I'm like all these different things, like all in one. It's like my brain. I honestly don't even know if I'm really processing like everything I've seen. I never seen a game where I'm just like, I want to play it back like immediately. Like as soon as we finish this show, bro, I got to go watch this. I cannot believe. I'm like, bro, what are the Ravens doing that makes our offense look so bad? Like, bro, when we got the ball back with 4 minutes left, I was like, oh, it's over. Yeah, I'm like, it's a wrap. I'm out of here. Like, we see it so many times, and I was just like, 3 and out again?
Yeah. It was, I mean, from what I saw,
bro,
it seemed like they just stayed in cover two, bro. Like, I never really saw them play any man. I feel like this whole game. They stayed in their zones. They probably ran some Tampa looks. Like, it was just zone, bro. That's all they did. They gave us the check downs and
they
shit.
Get so conservative with them. It's like Burrow. I saw him punt one time, and he ain't throw it where he never does that. He's just quick to, and cover two the middle seams. Like he was never taking. Like think about the playoff game last year to throw to Uzama and stuff. Like at some point you got to make them throws. And I just think that they were just like, I don't know if it was Burrow just having like this extra belief in his defense. He was not trying to do that. And I think because the new offensive line was in place, he just was like, well, I'm not going to give them another opportunity at a sack. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just like you said, just like we said before the game happened. Like this is gonna be probably the best defense that they face. Like you gotta tip your cap. Like we still dominated, I feel like in certain aspects, but they still came to play. Like the defense was always gonna keep them in the game from a Ravens standpoint. I thought Roquan would play a lot better. I'm not gonna lie, like. I literally just tweeted out, did Roquan play in this game? Because I felt like I saw more of Marcus Peters.
Remember Shiesty got out on him one time. Remember that?
He did. He juked him. He juked him straight up. I think
he had a good hit on Jamar early too, though.
For sure.
Am I the only one that saw this, bro? I don't know if the league is watching this. Did y'all see that hit that Burrow took early?
Yeah, was he sandwiched him kind of near the line of scrimmage?
And when he got out, I was like, oh no. Bro, when y'all go back and go look at that joint, bro, he got hit in his head. And then the crazy thing about it, I thought he was gonna go to the sideline. This is on a first or second drive. And instead, he kind of goes like this or something like that. And then he like comes back and throws a laser to Tyler Boyd. Bro, I think he got concussed in that game, bro, and he just played through it. I'm telling you, when you go see this play I'm talking about, you're gonna be like, what the? Bro, he took a helmet to helmet like straight up in that game, bro. Like that
he took a big helmet to helmet.
Like, bro, it's kind of serious in this regard. The league is probably gonna look at that play as somebody tells them, bro. Like I'm telling y'all, like, I'm happy to get up out of there. But I'm a little afraid of that play, bro. Like, if you go see that joint, you're gonna be like, yeah, he looked a little wobbly.
Right. Well, I mean, in those situations, the refs are supposed to step in and tell them to like go to the tent. If the player himself doesn't do it, somebody's supposed to come in. Sometimes it's even a ref that tells them, like, no, hold on, we're stopping this. You got to go to the tent. We'll just have to see, bro.
Bro, they'll come back. They'll come back after.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm tripping, bro. When you go see it, you gonna be. He tried to He it's almost like he tried to move in and boom and just go get like a yard or two up right up the middle, and like two guys kind of sandwiched him. It was like a helmet to helmet, boom. And he got up and he like kind of blinked and he went like this or something, and then they took the camera away from him. Then he came back. Like I was like, all right, cool. But if they would have seen it,
speaking of the hits that he took, Ryan Anzen, what do y'all think about the offensive line now? Because Jonah Williams goes down in this game. Jackson Carmen, of all people, has to come in and play left tackle. How are y'all feeling about the offensive line now that we only have 2 remaining of the 5 starters? I mean, I'm not sure what happened to Jonah, but he obviously didn't return in this game. What did you guys think about the line after the fact once they got to play in the second half?
They've lost a premier starter in each of the last 3 games, and it's just so unfortunate because it's everything that they worked so hard this offseason to repair. And think that those guys played 15 games. They were one of, I think, 2 teams in the NFL to do that and have that cohesion. It wasn't always pretty, but man, it started bumpy, but they were definitely on an incline as far as, the way they were trending. And to just see, let's face it, Jonas had a really rough year, tied for the most sacks in the league. It's tough, man. It's tough. To think that they're sort of back to square one right now. I mean, aside from center, and Volson has just been, a godsend through the draft, but maybe I know he was beat a couple times pretty bad tonight, and that's, to be expected for a guy who had 4 snaps in the regular season. But maybe there's something to be said about Jackson Carmen playing a position that he played in college at a very high level for one of the best teams in the country, and protected, Trevor Lawrence really well. So, not that this is going to be a blessing in disguise, but maybe they're able to find a small sense of silver lining. And if not, maybe now Witt will come back because the left tackle spot's open. I know he had said, I'm not playing right tackle, but maybe they left tackle
open now too. Yeah, I mean, for me with Jackson Carmen, I was honestly freaking out when it first happened because I'm sitting there like, I know that he played left tackle. Ryan, we're in the group chat talking to who, and he kind of went radio silence when I was like, bro, are we good? Are we good here? And I was like, I put in the Ja Rule man. I was like, I guess not. And he started off really well, but towards the end, it was shaky, bro. Like the sack given up by him and Max Sharpen, like both of their guys ended up meeting at the quarterback. And then you have, what was it, the holding play as well, like the flag there. So it started off good, but it was a mixed bag, which is what you really get from Jackson Carmen. It's never super consistent. I thought he played a lot better at the beginning than I expected. So he did okay there. But later on in the game, those penalties and stuff like that was just rough to see. But all in all, I think given the circumstances, like you said, only playing 4 snaps in the regular season, coming off of a bench where you haven't practiced the whole season, I think
do a playoff game like that against the Ravens. I think
he played good. I mean, against the Ravens in a playoff atmosphere, I feel like he played good. Some people felt like the holding call was a little BS. I don't know. In this game, I don't want to be the refs guy, but it seemed like in the first half they were letting them play, right? Just like the Super Bowl, they were letting them play. Exactly. And then the closer they got to the third and fourth quarter, then they just seemed to be like calling a lot of ticky-tack stuff that they weren't calling in the first half. And I'm like, look, if you're going to call it a certain way because it's quote-unquote playoff football, just call it the same way the whole game, bro. Don't give me that in the first half, letting Marcus Peters get away with, pretty much mauling T. Higgins. And then in the second half, when our guy does the same thing, you're throwing the flags. That was the only thing that I had to complain about. And you guys know I don't complain about referee stuff at all for real. But if you're gonna do that, just keep it consistent. I don't have a problem with you letting people play a little bit more.
What were some calls? I don't. All right, now from my standpoint, so tell me some calls that you think like like tell me some calls because like nothing really stands out to me like that.
The thing that I heard a lot of people talking about in chat on Twitter
was the Marcus Peters there first?
Marcus Peters on T. Higgins joint where they
should have been ejected for punching somebody in the stomach.
They said something like at minimum it should have been like illegal hands, like even if you didn't call.
Oh, the very first one.
Yes, bro.
And you know what? I want to say this too. Like I don't know. I thought the calls. I don't know. I just think that I don't know. But look. The one thing when we're playing them, why does it feel like we're going up against like 12 people, bro? Like, do y'all feel like watching it? I feel like the offense is so condensed. Even when they're spread, like everything is like it's like all like It's not like It's not. It's like it just gives me like this weird feeling every time. Even when we had this successful drive early on and we went up like 9, it was 9-0, right?
Right.
It just. I mean, it was a good drive, and it's some 3 and outs. I know Joe will want some throws back, but I mean, bro, he plays them and he plays the Browns like this. I thought the last time he played the Steelers, he kind of got past that. He was like, well, as long as TJ Watt and them don't get me, I'm gonna just go and do my thing.
Right.
But man, when he plays them, he was so on point today, but he's so conservative when he plays them. Yeah. It's like he knows, how I was telling you before we played the Browns game? It's almost like he knows, well, if I do all of this stuff and I go do the Joe Burrow that y'all love and I go do the extra stuff, I potentially could put the ball in harm's way. Yep. And I think he's like, he's more like, well, if I just play a sound game and I flip the field position, I'm betting on my defense. I feel like he's just handing the defense a lot of times, like not the 4 minutes left in the full quarter drive pissed me off. Yeah, like I mean, I cannot believe like we're the Bengals, bro. Like we're one of the highest scoring teams in the league. You got to close that out. Like you gotta close.
All season, their 4-minute drill has been a death sentence for the other team. Like they get the ball back 4.5, 5 minutes, it's a wrap. Like obviously, this is, we're just going to have to look at it as this is a really tough defense that they faced tonight that knows them well, that was probably selling out against certain things. But,
I mean, the defense is good, bro. You got Marlon Humphrey, you got Marcus Peters, you got Kyle Hamilton who's balling. You got these guys. To me, it was more so we won playing the Ravens game. That's Ravens football. They try to pretty much milk the clock with their running stuff. They try to limit your opportunities that you score in the red zone, which they did since we didn't score, which technically, in my opinion, like if T. Higgins comes down with that first one, it's a completely different ball game. Right. But because they wasted so much time, that is what they did. They took so much time off of the clock with running the ball. It seemed like we barely had possessions. It was like we were clicking on offense on the first 2 drives. And then as soon as we got that 3 and out, it's like
took it right back. We ended the first half. They had 14 minutes and 53 seconds of possession time. We had 15 minutes.
And it seemed like they had it more.
But you remember at the beginning, though, we got them up out of there quick. And then we went on the long drives and stuff. And then when we had once we had the 9 points, they just took over and went on that 10-minute drive. Yeah. That game was scaring the living crap out of me, bro. Because every time I would look at the clock, I'm like, if you're a Bengals fan, you want more time.
Right.
Excuse me. More time, more possessions. Like, that's why the teams like the Bills, I was watching them earlier today. I'm not even going to talk about the interceptions they do through. The fact that they're just like, let me throw it down the ball. And then even if I have a successful drive or I don't, I'm giving you the ball back. So I'm giving you all these multiple opportunities. The way to beat the Bengals or any real high-octane offense is limit their possessions. And the Bills do the exact opposite. They gave the Dolphins 20 chances. And the Ravens, bro, they are so – I'm going crazy on it. Bro, they are stupid. Greg Roman. Like, bro, I hear them talk about Greg Roman being so trash every day.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys out there, with the exception of Mark Andrews, are bums. Like bums. All of them bums. Nobody on, like, there's not even a guy out there. Sammy Watkins wouldn't be our wide receiver 4. Greg Roman's run stuff that he did in the first half of that game, like his run stuff. All right, see, it's so hard to judge him on passing, but think about when Greg Roman had passing with Kaepernick. You know what Kaepernick was doing? He was going to work. They had talent all around them, though. You know what I'm saying? So I think they like, I don't think they understand like how this goes. Like, that team sucks. But for him to get that much out of Tyler Huntley is amazing, bro. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I gained a big deal of respect for J.K. Dobbins, and that's happened over the last couple of weeks. There were so many times that I'm like, you got him. Bow. But then he just, and it's not even fast. It's like.
That's exactly why I said we needed to stop him, bro. J.K. Dobbins, I said, if there's a way that they can beat us, it's through J.K. Dobbins. He had a hell of a – bro, I've never seen us not be able to stop the run like that. Bro, between J.K. Dobbins and between Tyler Huntley on those scrambles.
Now, we packed them up in the second half, though.
Bro, the way he was hitting the edge on some of those, though, and getting, like,
but then when Ludini made that adjustment, put Cam Saville on the edge. Right. Anytime they saw Trey Hendrickson, they was like, they were audible to him.
You know what else they did was Ricard. Did you see when they would take Ricard and they would put him wherever we were, like, sending the blitz? Like, they would know, like, Mike Hilton or somebody was coming, and Ricard would just stand up right there. Bro, that pissed me off so much.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I said this before the thing. Before I like go into my bag for real, you know, like, and tell you how Jamar Chase was unstoppable and all this other stuff like that. Like, my feed went out. The throw over the middle. Hold on, tell me this. I never saw this play. It was like a second down, 4 minutes left. That same drive I'm telling you about. Jamar Chase over the middle.
Yeah, he missed it.
Hey, bro, the ball comes out, and like when it cuts out on my feed, like my feed just crashed. Yeah. When it cuts out, I mean, it looks like an easy catch. I come back, I'm like, what?
Nah, he missed it, bro. He missed it.
Insane. All right, but what I was gonna say is, J.K. Dobbins next year is gonna be really good, bro. Like he might be one of the best running backs. Like with that, I don't know about the scheme. I don't know how would they end up with like 120 or something. Like I don't know.
155,
like their average,
bro. 155.
Their average is 160. But a big part of that was Tyler Huntley, though.
Yeah, he had a couple of runs over 20.
He had like 60 yards, I think. But didn't it seem like every play they were subbing out JK for Gus? It seemed like every single snap.
They should have let JK
go out. You come in, go out. You come in.
I think they was trying to give people like a little change of pace, but they should have just let JK cook straight up because he was running like the quarterback. Like he was in his Lamar. Harbaugh dropped the ball on giving him more carries, and Harbaugh dropped the ball on the time management at the end of that game. There's no reason that they should have been fighting against the clock like that. That was insane.
Dwight Patton makes a good point here. Why did they waste all that clock at the end? What was
What were they doing? You know what happened? The minute that they got the penalty, he probably was looking like, "Oh, I'm stupid." At the beginning of it, I get it. You're like, you remember when we beat them? I mean, when they beat us week 5. And we left too much time on clock. So you like, well, I'm not going to get Shiesty the ball back with 50, 45, none of that. And they got McPherson. Nah, I'm not giving them the ball back. But then when he got that penalty, but even if he was going to run it down like that, I'm like, bro, you got 2, 3. He had 2 timeouts. He ain't clocking. And they were going in the huddle.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, y'all remember when he did that random running play? I was like, why did he do that? It was like a random run play. In between all of that, it was like
they got about 4 or 5 yards off that joint though, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was like, what are you doing? It's like,
hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. For a brief moment, I thought they were going to score before they got the penalty, and then I kept on saying this. I was like, please, God, don't. I knew that, bro. They would have gone for a 2-point conversion.
They would have gone for 2 and won the game.
They would have gone for 2.
James Prochet dropped it, bro. Like
that is insane.
Prochet, we talked all of this trash about James Prochet, how he did nothing for them in the season. Imagine if he
Bro.
makes that catch for them.
Why did they not knock the ball down? What were they doing?
I don't know, bro.
Bro,
Like,
when he threw it up, I said, "Oh man!"
How did he even get it up like that with like Trey Hendrickson in his chest, bro?
Trey Hendrickson was lighting Stanley up on the last couple drives that we went 3-and-out. He was lighting them up.
Yeah.
And did you see the one where they called a timeout and they had a 3-man front?
Oh yeah,
Trey Hendrickson was like, "God damn it!" Like I was about to go get it. He was on fire. He was feeling it at the end.
Why was Dak doing that? It was like 2 timeouts where it looked like Lou didn't. I can't speak because we're not on the field, but it looked like Lou was like him and Lou were kind of going back and forth, and Zach was kind of like, "I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure this out here at the end." But it was like 2 straight timeouts where they did that, and then they kind of zoomed in on Zach, and he was talking to Lou, but he wasn't really talking. He was just like sitting there, and like Lou was like talking to him. So I don't know if he was saying what his game plan would be. I don't know if at the last one he wanted to see what kind of look the Ravens were coming out in and wanted to call the timeout like right before to give them another advantage. But it was really strange. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out that they actually figure something out.
Dude in the comments is saying Ben Tienchu is saying James Prochet was a couple of inches away from the ball. No. Go watch the replay, bro.
It was in his hands.
The ball was in his hands.
In his hands, bro. It was
the ball was in his hands, bro. In his hands. When I saw it go up, I said, "Man, it's 4 Bengals right there." But you know what I had? It was going so slow. I thought about the AJ Green one that he got on them, where he tips it back, and I saw the 2 guys behind him. So I'm like, just bat it down and we could get up out of here. But bro, when the ball went backwards and I seen Prochet go, I said, "Oh, Lord."
Yeah, bro. He could have got, bro.
He dropped that.
Dax Hill doing this game. I'm sorry, Dax. What the hell were you doing this game? Bro?
You know what play made me so mad when you go back and watch it? The J.K. Dobbins drank for 26 yards and Cantaloupe Brett, like it's like he catches them off guard and then he just slides past them. Yeah. And then that's how J.K. just go. Bro, they had that play. Bro, purple people going to tell you about all the chances that how they killed themselves. My dude, they had so many stupid plays. It was pissing me off. Like the one where he bobbles the snap, picks it back up.
I know.
They had so much of that. That's why I'm like, bro, I have to go see this game again. Like, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that game just happened like that. I was so mad at I'm so mad at the offense right now. I'm gonna tell you this.
Dax Hill.
Lou Anarumo might be just as important as Joe Burrow, bro. Like, I swear to God. Bro, if you don't have Lou Anarumo in the second half, like any other team would have just kept on getting ran on. Like Lou Anarumo cooked in that second half of that game, bro. He made the adjustments in game to stop the read option because Tyler Huntley was killing. And then
the Cam Sample chest move was
Dax Hill, bro. The face mask to give them the first down. Him going out of bounds, coming in bounds to get him 5 yards. Like, bro, he barely plays, but he literally was trying to hand them the game. I'm looking at the James Prochet play. He was the dude that was like next to James Prochet, bro. I don't know what Dax Hill had going on in this game, but it was crazy, bro. I'm gonna
tell you the most insane thing as I was watching this game. I automatically was already thinking about Buffalo, right? Because I'm just, you know me, I'm confident. But I'm like looking at it and I'm like, bro, when they go play Buffalo, Lou's just going to drop in the coverage and you can do all these things. But you know what you can't really cook with is a team that is running at a high level. Like that's sheer will. And I was like, I felt so helpless. Like I was just like, I never felt so helpless watching the Bengals before, like this whole season. But when I saw that and I was like, well, Lou is just going to make the adjustments, 3-man front, drop back, make Josh Allen just throw the ball over there. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell y'all, I don't know if the Bengals are going to win the Bills game or not, but that Ravens matchup was the worst matchup that we could have had. In hindsight, you know, at the beginning, everybody was like, well, you know, they don't score enough points. But that defense, bro, is serious, bro.
Do you guys think that Trey Flowers, DeMarco Dates wants to know, do you guys think Trey Flowers should have got some more playing time tonight?
Yeah.
I saw him, man, at one point.
But they was putting
Eli.
Dax
I ain't gonna lie, man. Eli, friend of the show. I don't know what the hell happened on that deep bomb, bro. I don't know if that was a miscommunication.
No, he got caught
slipping.
He got caught slipping, biting on some early stuff. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I saw Gabe Davis earlier today. He will route Eli the hell up, like straight up. I don't know why Bills fans don't like Gabe Davis, but he would kill Eli if he does. Like if Eli's cheating on stuff like that, like they better just go cover 2 the whole entire game and then variations of zone concepts in there. And I think they could beat him. But Eli was in a man situation with no help over the top, and they caught him, and he bit on it. You know, it happens, but caught him.
Yeah.
Bates got caught cheating to the middle of the field. I got to replay it, but I feel like he came down in the middle thinking that he was waiting on something underneath, like a drag. So Bates got caught coming up there. Eli, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of the things I don't like that. That's the one thing about these reaction shows. I do want to see some of these plays before I just say, okay, that's on you. Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, that Mark Andrews won on Eli, I hated that. That was a big play by Andrews, but I mean, it's a big body, one of the best tight ends in football. I'm not too mad at that. He was in position, he just didn't make the play.
Only 70 yards, too. Like, no touchdowns. I think this was his best playoff performance, but that's not really saying much. But one thing I will say, the Bengals in the last 5 games against the Ravens, 4-1. That's all I got to say. 4-1. They got us in that one game. We won 2 in a row against them. I mean, they can say Lamar didn't even get on the plane, dog. Lamar is out of there. Lamar, like, if they want to bring up the whole Lamar Jack, I don't think Lamar is even a Raven anymore after this.
Bro.
Like, to not get on the plane and show support for your team in the playoffs, that speaks volumes, bro. That was a statement right there.
Let me ask y'all this. Do you walk out of that game, and I know how you feel about this, Ace. You got to think, though. Take a deep breath. Think with me for a second, because I know you have your we've talked about this many times. Moving forward, Ravens in this division with that defense, I know it's unorthodox, and now you're going to move Lamar. I don't think the quarterback even matters for that team, bro. Like, if they could finally go get some weapons, you're more afraid. You still think Browns are like?
No, now that Deshaun Watson has shown that he's not the same Deshaun Watson, I don't know if Deshaun Watson is that same guy anymore. I mean, the Ravens,
I don't think they got enough resources around them. So I don't.
Ravens, though, the defense is really good. If they don't have the offense, though, like maybe it's Huntley. You know, he shows that he could do something.
Bro, they about to get a haul for Lamar. Like, forget Huntley. They about to get a haul.
Unless it's a good quarterback
first, right?
I can't see
They're going to do a sign and trade.
Sign and trade.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to work out a deal with the Falcons, Lions, whatever. Franchise tag bow, $47 million.
I gotta see it, bro, because right now I got them until I see what the deal is. They in the 4th place to me without Lamar. Like, they even behind the Steelers to me.
Bro, I watched them. I watched them though every time we play them. And then I just think about, like, did you see when Jacksonville played them? Remember when they cooked them up in the 4th quarter?
Yep.
Just totally different. I don't know, like, what it is. You know, like last year, week 5, it was pretty. I mean, week 7 last year, it was pretty close. And then Jamar just blew the game wide open. Wink Martindale was an idiot. Like, now they got this new coordinator. You got a legit system. The corners don't even have to be amazing in that system. I think Java will be a lot better. Like, think about the pieces that they have up front versus like the Browns, who don't have a Clowney. The offensive line, like Conklin, just came off the worst year of his life. They just, you know what I'm saying? The resources around the Browns. I know it's like people think that they're going to be good, and I'm like, they're just going. They have older players. They have players that are getting older. You look at the Ravens draft that they just had. Linderbaum goes head to head with Reader today. Does a good job, right? You got Roquan. You got Patrick Queen now going sideline to sideline like an animal. Private conversations with Joe Mixon, he feels like that's the best linebacking group in the NFL, right? So that's not, so you got that. You got Marcus Williams. They'll move Marcus Peters up out of there because he's getting older. But they have the pieces that are in place, much like our offense. They're young, 22, 23, all those pieces are there. Where you look at like the Browns and stuff, Denzel Ward's like one concussion away from being out the league. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many variables over there. I just don't believe in it. But then when I watch them, I'm like, bro, I don't know. So forget all that. Bengals won, we packed them up. But I just wanted to, I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, my perception of them did drastically change, like watching that game. I didn't know if y'all perception of
I think it also probably changed for their front office too. I think that shows them that without Lamar, they can still get close to like the playoffs and possibly beating a team like the Bengals. So I think it probably pushes them even more to move on from Lamar. I got to see what the plan is because they're getting rid of the offensive coordinator and Greg Roman. The defense is there, though. I think you're right. The defensive coordinator is there to stay. The guy from Michigan, I think he's proved the point. That team started out, a lot of people forget, they started out as like the 32nd, 31st ranked defense through the first couple of weeks. Ever since they got Roquan and that the defensive coordinator got on the same page, they have become a top 10 unit. So that's definitely I think that's just the Ravens, bro. That's their identity, defense. That's always been their identity, honestly. Right. So we'll have to see.
I know that somebody said, do y'all think we win if they don't get the 1 yard stop? Yeah, because Shiesty just comes down the field and
bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. The way that they it's hard to say for me because I don't know if Zach was just being conservative because he felt like he had to lead.
But see, that's the thing with Shiesty,
bro. That was a game-changing play, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
But I'm gonna tell you, bro, I'm telling you, that's the thing that I hate about when he's played them the 3 times that he played them this season. He doesn't think about the Bucs game, bro. You was there, right? Remember how they came out? Remember they did the same thing to us. They limited his possessions. He only had 2 cracks at it, right? Then he gets his 3rd possession. Remember the Bucs are up 14-0 or something? 17-0?
Yeah,
ain't the Bucs up? Yep. 17-0, right? So then look, what does it make Shiesty do? Then he just goes in his bag and just and just throwing the ball over the field. I feel like he should just come out there. Remember how the game started and they were going tempo? I don't know why he be playing with the Ravens like that, bro. I just want him to just cook. And if you do get the ball or whatever doesn't go in your favor, I see what they're saying. I gotta rewatch that, Trey, bro. It's just I feel like they're so conservative, and it plays right into the hands of the Ravens, where the Ravens are like, we don't want to get beat deep. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Sam Hubbard play right there, really that's what Super Bowl runs are made of. You know what that actually reminds me of in a weird way?
James Harrison.
Do you remember when the Steelers, when they beat us that year, and Jerome Bettis fumbled on the 1 yard line, and I think the Colts recovered and they were about to take it back, and he's able to trip them up. That's a Super Bowl defining play right there, bro. If they go out and win this Super Bowl, that Sam Hubbard play right there is gonna be major. I thought that it did change a lot in the game. I can't say what Zach's approach would have been if they would have got the touchdown there. I don't know what, but I just know that we saw a literal drive where this dude got bailed out with them running into the kicker. And I'm like, all right, we're about to go back and easily drive down the field. And then they stopped us again, 2 times in a row. So for me, bro, that Sam Hubbard play was crazy. Because our defense, a lot of people talked about their defense. This is what our defense does. You might get some yards on us, but we're going to get those turnovers. They tried to tell us all week, oh, you're not going to get those turnovers again. The turnovers got to be nastier this game.
Yeah. I mean, Hubbard gets and deservedly so. Hubbard gets all the credit for this play for taking that ball 99 yards.
Right.
But without Logan Wilson volleyball spiking the hell out of that ball, this play never happens. And maybe, Huntley's able to get an extra, 6 inches to stretch it over for a score. But without that,
that play, the play with Jermaine Pratt, where he's trying to go to Mark Andrews and Jermaine Pratt sticks his hand up.
We almost got playoff P to end the game, bro. 2 years in a row.
He almost walked it off. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that I thought, before that play, where Von Bell, it's just him, mano y mano, Gus Edwards. He don't make that tackle right there. That 98-yard play never happens. Like that's at the goal line. A guy could just go left, right, and then fall, whatever. That's Gus Edwards at 240 pounds. Von Bell meeting him head up at that spot and not getting dragged back into the end zone. That's championship. That's championship level. Because I'm going to tell y'all, bro, like, I'm getting away. Like, purple people, I gotta pack them up. And I'm going to give them, I got the receipts and everything ready. But I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to caution all y'all. They're different. They're weird. I studied this species this whole entire year. They don't have logical takes on football. I don't know where the origins of them come from. I don't even know if their skin is like, I feel like there's like some purple lesions and shit like underneath it and stuff. And as the more you uncover it or whatever, you start to ask them real questions on like, how do you feel about injuries? Oh, well, I mean, injuries, we just gonna pull it. I want to caution all of y'all. Don't get into it. Tell them Cancun on 3. We up out of there. Go to the next round. Let them cry about it. Because I'm going to tell you, they are a weird species. These people will tell you everything, and they're going to jump back to 2019. They're going to tell you whatever, and that's why they hate me. But at the same time, they're going to tell you about all the stuff that they could have did. But I want y'all to know this. Jamar Chase in that game was dominant. Joe Burrow was on fire for 22 for 27 or something at one point. Super conservative at one point, but he was throwing the ball down the field. Early in that game, he was going crazy. I thought Carmen had some really good reps. I thought Adeniji packed stuff up. I thought Crispin punted very well throughout the game. Crispin played really well. Yeah.
Zach motherfucking Carter.
They're gonna tell you about it if Lamar was there. Zach Carter. They're going to tell you about if Lamar was there. I mean, Huntley played a good game, bro. And if you go look at his stat line,
he did.
Go put it next to Lamar. He outplayed Lamar. But it's not even about that. It's just about wins and losses in this world we live in. Because when we talk ball with them, they don't give us no context or nothing to any of our L's or whatever, so you don't do the same. I just want to get y'all that because, like, psychologically, they're about to be really weird. I've never seen a fan base so jealous of the Bengals so bad.
The context for them, like you said, is a couch. That's the context. You're on the couch, you watching for the rest of
leather or suede.
The context is a couch, and we put you there. And Lamar puts you there. You want to argue about Lamar not being there to talk to that man while y'all burning Lamar 8 jerseys like y'all was doing last week in the comments of him explaining the injury straight up. But bro, I would say this about Zach Carter. Usually I expect him to flash in the pass rush game. In the run game, he was coming out of nowhere, bro. And it seems like honestly, if I'm keeping it a bean, he made no impact weeks 1 through 16. It's been like the last 3 games, something has just come on. I don't know if he's gotten used to it. I don't know what it is, but he definitely made some plays today. I
gotta get bro on the
credit,
show, bro.
BJ Hill doesn't get enough credit.
I'm about to text bro right now. Hey, bro, 2 weeks ago, he said, bro, low-key, I'm about to turn up. I said, bro, you got to come on to Wincinnati. I'm about to tell this man, come on in here, bro.
He got to get in here.
Let's get him live.
He got to get in here. But we got 395 people watching. If you are watching, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We appreciate that. 400 people now, as we're just speaking it up. We appreciate all of y'all. But definitely make sure that you help other Bengals fans find this content by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. We truly appreciate y'all. And as my man Dwight Patton said, don't forget about my man Osai. Osai had some major play. Like, bro, there's always all of these different guys. Mike Hilton on the blitz. We can't forget him either. Like, these dudes.
We're gonna pack the Bills up, bro. Their offensive line is their offensive line is trash. We're gonna terrorize them, bro.
Facts.
Like the Ravens' offensive line is a top 5 offensive line in football, bro. Especially run blocking. Zeitler, Linderbaum, Ronnie Stanley held his own today. Like, nah, they don't got nothing like that on Buffalo, bro. Like who they call Big Snow, he cool. Yeah, Dawkins, he cool, but bro, that is the Ravens were just a bad matchup, bro. Like offensively. You know, like think about that Dolphins game earlier. Skylar Thompson or whatever was trash, right? And he still put up all them points. Tyler Huntley played a good game for the most part. I thought he made bad decisions later when he started seeing too much pressure, and then we're dropping back, and their line couldn't hold because our pass rush does get home like late in games. And I thought he just folded and did stupid stuff at the end of the game, like he ain't never did it before, but. Aside from that, though, bro, he was accurate with the football.
He was way better than the purple people told us he was.
He looked better. He looked better than any time Lamar played us.
Right.
What Lamar game blew better than that?
If we're talking recent
before Joe,
before the spin cycle, before Joe,
I say you gotta go back to 2019.
Yeah,
he never put up no 200 yards or none. That week 7 joint last year. He ran for 80-something. I mean, he played them out of it. And then the game week 5 early, he only threw for like 170, and then he missed the 2 deep bombs. Yeah. Tyler Huntley ain't missed nothing. I'm telling y'all right now, the craziest thing, they're gonna bring somebody with a brand new run scheme, and they're gonna be so upset. I don't know if y'all seeing this right now. J.K. Dobbins is going off.
J.K. Dobbins is going off.
He's pissed, talking about he need to get the ball.
Yeah, because they were swapping those dudes out. Like,
I don't know why they did that.
It's not wrong.
He said, I should have been the guy. I didn't get a single carry in the red zone. If we had Lamar, we would have won. You pussy. Hey, shut up. You ain't had no Lamar. Hey, bro, that's crazy, bro. Purple people are so, like, their players are so.
Wait, like, he actually tweeted that?
Bro, purple people, like, bro,
what?
That is so perfect for them. That's exactly what their fans would say. If Lamar, like, what player would say something like that? If we had Lamar, we would have won. Players don't even talk like that. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
J.K. Dobbins had 13 carries. He was pissed. Huh?
He had only 13 carries total the entire game. That's wild. I mean, he felt like he was running at like 7.5 per carry.
Lamar ain't even get on the plane for them boys. Talk about bailing. Lord have mercy. Tyler Huntley, 226, 17 for 29. Only sacked 2 times. J.K. Dobbins, 13 carries for 62 yards. They ran for a total of 155. But I will say this, the Tyler Huntley run of 35 was a big part of that, though. Lamar is not staying in Baltimore after leaving them boys hanging. Them boys looking crazy. If I'm his teammate, I'd be like, bro, we would have won if we had you, you bum.
Facts.
I mean, I don't know where y'all want to go with the conversation. I just felt like we were just freestyling and it was dope. But, you know, I feel like I gave the credit where it was due in a lot of different parts. I don't think Zach called a bad game. I just thought it was like super conservative at times.
It was, but I mean, for me, like, and I feel like this last year we didn't really play perfect ball, and there were games where they just had to come out and get the dub. To get the dub against a divisional opponent, I feel like that's a tough. I mean, look at we said we weren't going to talk about it, but like Miami went toe to toe with Josh Allen with Skylar Thompson.
With Skylar Thompson,
like this is divisional football. Playing your divisional opponent a third time after you've really gotten used to each other is a hard task to do. So, you know, I'm going to take the dub. I do have concerns like you do as well, but that's just a tough matchup, bro. I feel like whenever you play a divisional opponent, it's tough. We seen the Jags beat the Chargers this weekend. Like, anything is possible on any given Sunday. The best thing that you can do is survive. Because let's say that was the Super Bowl. Would you even care? Like if you won the Super Bowl that way and it wasn't perfect, would you even care? But there is cause for concern. We gotta hope that the offensive line gets back healthy. I would love if Alex Kappa could play next week because at least I got 3 of my 5 guys on the line. We'll just have to see, bro. But they went out there, they got the dub. It was a tough environment. Good teams just know how to win, bro. When you're a good team, you just know how to get out of there with a W.
Bro, that J.K. Dobbins third down pass was crucial too.
Yeah,
it's 9-0. He stretches out on that, and that's Marcus Bailey meets him right there at it. ADG's right there. He stretches that ball out. I mean,
who's your MVP of the game, Zim?
Sam Hubbard. I know there's so many different parts. So that's the game. That's the game. We could talk about all of it. Like when we do a show, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna look at more stuff, but if that play doesn't happen, like you said earlier, you probably lose the game. I will say this though. This is one thing that I think that the Bengals need to do a lot better, and I think they could easily go to a Super Bowl if they just do this one thing. Sometimes in these games like this, when it's like close, I don't even know if they're being conservative. I thought like the third and 2 back shoulder throw to T. Higgins and stuff. They got to be so much better at creating easy opportunities for their guys just to move the chains. You know, like when our offense is really, really rolling on all cylinders. Think about the Panthers game, Saints game, last Steelers game. All these games when you're like, okay, they're really moving. Every single time, the one thing is like they just go get the first. And once you get that new set of downs, the playbook opens up. But so many times, like tonight, I saw what was that 3rd and inches and it went to like a pass play or something.
Yeah.
See, Burrow is so ice cold that he doesn't care. He's gonna throw it. But it was a 3rd and 2 back shoulder to T. Higgins, and I'm like, sure, game on the line, take it, Burrow. But at that given moment, you got to manufacture simpler plays. Jamar Chase in the pocket on the teeth of the defense. Spread them out wide like you like Burrow, and just get it to the open guy. I seen so many reps where I saw Tyler Boyd locked up with Kyle Hamilton. Give me that matchup every time. Like he cannot defend him. So I just think that they have a bad habit of 3rd and shorts, 2nd and shorts, of like creating these really tough plays of high difficulty, much like the Super Bowl. You know, you got 4th and goal. You know, that's your call. You know what I mean? So the good teams just move the chains, get a new set of downs, and go to work. And throughout this, I was very disappointed to see that over and over and over again. Even, I said my feed dropped. Jamar Chase, y'all told me the ball goes off his hands. Then the next play is a Hayden Hurst pass for 9 yards, right? So now you got a 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 4, something like that. Difficult play. Burrow's then thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to just shiesty and scramble. Difficult play. You got to manufacture stuff to just get your guys in space. And sometimes you might be behind the chains, but just count on your guys to go make the play. Because that's I want the odds in my favor of completing the pass. And Burrow takes these really high difficulty throws sometimes that I like at those top spots. I don't like it. But I will say this defense in the second half, I got to go look at the splits. I don't know if somebody got it. Somebody in that audience tell me this. How many yards did the Ravens have in the second half of that game, like rushing wise? Like, I feel like the defense balled out second. Like, I mean, what was the score at halftime?
It was 10-9.
They come out and get 1 touchdown.
They got like 346 yards, I think, total. I don't know what they got in the second half. But
I just don't feel like they did that much.
Who is your MVP, Ryan? Because mine is definitely Sam Hubbard too.
So I'm just gonna go off the beaten path here a little bit, and I'm gonna go with Ted Karras because I know that they gave up some pressure tonight. I know that they allowed 3 sacks, but what the Ravens were trying to do early, rotating the line, moving, trying to create twists and stunts to get to cause pressure from miscommunication with new guys and new places, for him to relatively hold that line down again. It could have been so much worse tonight. And I think Ted Harris deserves a ton of flowers for holding that down. I mean, there were a couple times where, I think Collinsworth even mentioned, if Joe Burrow is going to have pockets like this, then it's over for you. And, there was that only happened a few times, but just to see that and for him to hold that line together like that, for them to even put together the amount of points and yards that they did, he gets my player of the game.
I think on defense, ADG, that damn interception early in the game was a lifesaver. But that's going to do it for us. Zim, was there anything that you wanted to say before we get out of here? Or Ryan, before we get out of here on the Wincinnati Pod? The first live recap that we've done.
Man, we got 400 people in here, bro. Insane. I love y'all, man. I want y'all to know there's not another Bengals source out there in the world that's going to bring you this type of information, give you their heart, give you their passion like us. Like the three guys you're looking at on your screen are really, 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 really about this. And it's a rough road sometimes, being a Bengals fan. So, like you can always count on us to like give you like the good stuff. And, it's 12:30 in the morning and here we are, we rocking, you know what I mean? But Ryan, he ain't got no 12:30, but 12:30 on my end, and I'm about to go to Twitter. I'm gonna go, pack these boys up. But at the end of the day, I just want to say, like, man, this is it every year. Bengals are gonna have tight games. You're always gonna have people say, "Oh, y'all would have did." Get used to it, bro. Like Mixon was telling me the other day. He said he feels like the Bengals remind him of Golden State all throughout the year. Everybody hates on them. Then after they win, then everybody's eating on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just one of them things. We're always going to be kind of like the bad guys now because we have all these resources at our disposal, and a lot of people are out to get us. So don't pay it no mind. Let's just get it. You see, Ace got the Cardi, the buffs on, so we're going to buff it out. We're going to style, we're going to profile on these people, and we're going to do our thing. NewStripeCity.com, Man Cave. Ryan, tell them your site.
FanCavePro.com. Let's do some business. Let's build the fan cave of your dreams together.
I gotta work on mine. I swear to goodness. Zimhuday.com. Smoke them if you got them. I need a drink. I want to go to sleep. I just need to sleep good. Collect all my earnings from all you purple people out there. I can't go wait. I can't wait to go see my Cash App. Go collect that money, and then sleep on it. Want to watch some film? I got y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're going to keep on going crazy on you boys.
Yes, sir.
Girls.
Yes, sir. Hello, world. We got a special show as always. TJ Houshmandzada, Jimmy Chase, Coach Jimmy Burrow. Exciting time to be a Bengals
How do you balance being a professional athlete and family obligation?
These are top 5 Bengals of all time.
All time?
Yeah.
Shock the world.